Anyway, but while I was in that experience, it became very apparent to me, like most people in the hospital, most people in the healthcare system, most people that are in need of healthcare services, they're not there because of bad luck or bad germs or bad genes. They're there because of bad lifestyle choices. And those lifestyle choices have bioaccumulated and they finally caught up to them, and there's the sickness and there's the disease. Our healthcare system currently works a lot like the fire department. So we have a fire department, they have two main tools. They have axes and water hoses, right? Just like the medical system primarily has drugs and surgery, right? So if you have a fire in your house, who do you call? Fire department, right? And if you call them and they show up, they're going to kick down your front door and bash out your windows and spray down your furniture and your belongings. And if you called them on time and they do a good job, can they save the life of your house? Of course. And should we be grateful for that service? Like eternally, right? So the question is, what's left when they're gone? It's a mess, right? And how much sense would it make to call the fire department back the next day to clean up the house and repair and rebuild and restore and get the house back into proper, healthy working order? Or would you need a new skill set, a new contractor, someone with a different set of tools to do that job? And that is inherently the problem. We have a drug and surgery-based healthcare system which is designed to treat you in a crisis and does an amazing job in a crisis. I'm not here to doubt, like emergency care and crisis intervention, and if you have a stroke or NICUs, like we have some of the best medical care on the planet, life-saving drugs. My sister's the type 1 diabetic, so if she didn't have her medicine and her drug and someone didn't make the needle, I wouldn't have a sister, right? So it's amazing for crisis and for emergencies, but for chronic disease and lifestyle problems, it really does nothing. There's nothing about drugs and surgery that prevent us from needing drugs and surgery. There's just no prevention in that system. And what they do call prevention is really just early detection. So like mammograms, x-rays, blood tests, scans, those things aren't prevention, they're just early detection. And now if I have a fire in my house, when do I want to know about it? Like immediately, right? So it has value, it just doesn't prevent the fire. So early detection doesn't prevent. So that's really the key with this. I'm trying to stay on track. So in America, 1 out of 2 men and 1 out of 3 women will get cancer in the US. It's 1 out of 2 men and 1 out of 3 women. 5 out of 6 Americans will die of either heart disease or cancer. It's 5 out of 6. About 1 million people this year are going to die of just heart disease alone in North America. Is that because they forgot to take their pills? No. They're going to take their pills, more pills than they've ever taken, and they're going to die anyway. So that's really the healthcare problem is we have these lifestyle issues that have caught up with us over time. And really, it's the sad part is when we look at our children and our kids. 34% have a chronic disease, about 33% are on a chronic medication, which means they're going to keep taking that drug for the rest of their life. 70% of us are overweight or obese. So the question is, when does this end? When like 100% of our kids are on drugs or 98% of Americans are obese? Like, it would be one thing. We take 80% of the world's drugs in the US, and we're 5% of the world's population. So if taking all those drugs and having the best doctors, best surgeons made us healthier, that would be another thing, but we continue to get sicker and sicker and sicker.